I haven't got any circus skills at all. I can't juggle, I can't throw the knife at the lady, I can't tame the lion, and I can't crack the whip or jump into the small bucket. Can't do any of those things.
The thing that excites me about performing is that it's a release of any tensions that you might have inside you.
Ooh. I'm not sure whether it does excite me anymore, it's just the money.
It does me. The thing that excites me about performing really is the fact that you're doing something good, you're making people laugh.
Except the ones that walk off.
Except the ones that walk off, and, you know.
It's a kind of two-way thing, seeing people enjoy and just connecting with them, you know what I mean? I kind of like that about it, really.
You've got to communicate with the audience, but not to look at them, because you are apart from them, and it will break the illusion.
I normally try and interact with an audience, but with 800 it becomes really difficult. But I actually think I managed. And that's an amazing feeling to just see that you're making an impact.
Like I was doing a job in Brighton recently, and then had a real buzz about it. And then I was in Suffolk or somewhere like that, doing an agricultural show, and people had come to look at the cows.
I had to stand on one leg and do a raspberry, go arse over, what's it, in front of 250 people. And I bonked my head. I thought it was a goner. And I heard them, as I hit the floor, go, and it was weird because it took off. I just flew. And I was just so embarrassed. I was like, no, I'm fine, just get back on, I'm fine.
We spent a huge amount of time when we were on the road exercising. We would stay up all night long practicing our handstands. We used to spend hours balancing and tumbling and helping each other learn tricks and use our bicycles, that sort of thing.
I can do nothing like that. I can't even juggle.
Well, can I? I juggle with two things, but not with three.
That's not really juggling, is it?
No, it's chucking stuff up in the air, isn't it?
Yeah.
Apart from doing a bit of stretching, a bit of yoga, trying to get my foot behind my neck and stuff like that, you know, just to kind of loosen the old gizzard areas. Everyone used to get down and do bang out 20, drop and give me 20. So we used to do that. And then all stick our knuckles together like loads of bravado-y kind of, you know, blokey business, and put your knuckles together, you know, things like that, really, yeah.
You need to warm all those areas up, your body, and then moving on to your voice. And I start to hum, a kind of there's opening your voice and going, you know,
many men, many men, many men, men, many men, many men, many men, men.
In tooting two tutors astute, try to toot to a duke on a flute.
Paba à moi, tadala rigor.
That kind of thing, you know, it's all kind of croaking out. But it opens up your voice, it relaxes and strengthens your vocal cords, it warms everything up.
I don't find the clowns funny. I do begrudge them coming on. I find it quite insulting.
No, what I enjoy about clowns, I think they're very talented actually, because when clowns get together at the circus, they can do things that are very funny, like they can throw custard pies at each other and things in a very funny way to make a lot of people laugh, and you have to be very talented to be able to do that. You have to be an entertainer.
No, oh my goodness, no way. They're so horrible. They're really frightening, and I think a lot of people are scared of clowns.
And they're very funny, actually.
If it's badly done, it can be very sad.
Oh, it's totally embarrassing. Yeah, I don't like clowns.
It doesn't work out. You feel pity for them, and that's so awful.
Clowns are creepy, aren't they? They're not funny at all. They're just weird.
don't look like they're happy. You know, the way they're painted smiles and their hair. And I don't like the music, that that horrible roundabout music with, clowns aren't not my...
Slapstick just isn't funny, I don't think. Do you know what I mean? A car falling apart and somebody falling over. It's like...
The one I first saw when I was a little kid was called Doodles. Yes, I like the clowns. I like slapstick.
One of the things we least like about what we do is
working with each other.
Yeah. You're constantly having to travel with each other, work with each other, be creative.
Do interviews.
Do everything together.
If there aren't a few butterflies around in the tummy before you go on stage, you're probably not going to give a good performance. You've got to be keyed up.
You'd think after all this time I wouldn't, but yes, I still do. I still freak out and panic and fear, the audience reaction to me, and then I get over it.
You feel sick sometimes. But as soon as I go on stage, I think, well, this is it. I can't turn back now. I'm on. Oh, God, here comes the light. The light's going up. Inside, the real me is saying, oh, my God. Here we go. Why am I doing this? I love it when I'm doing it. I know I love it when I'm doing it, but why am I doing it? I'm glad I didn't have too much to eat.
We did a show a couple of years ago, and 8,000 kids saw it in a week. We had about 1,000 kids per performance. And the kids were like, they were 8 or 9, screaming blue murder. Oh, I've never been so scared in all my life. I must be stupid. And you get out there, and you look out and you think, they're just loving it. And they're completely engrossed in what you're doing.
It's knowing that whatever I take on to perform in front of the audience, actually, it comes through me. It's something that I take on, and it just kaboom.
Every time I went on, I could just feel the people laughing at me. It was fantastic. That gives me such a buzz. Such a hell of a buzz.
We turned down Freddie Starr, didn't we?
We turned down Freddie Starr.
Freddie Starr couldn't pay enough for us.
Yeah.
That was the highlight of our career, I think.
That was the highlight of our career, turning down Freddie Starr.
That's something I hadn't really considered, appearing on television. But if the chance came, yes. Yes, it would be a new dimension.
I am scared of heights a bit. I think I could get over it though.
The circus is, it's a bit boring, isn't it, really?
I like seeing friends and just sort of taking it easy and just sort of being comfortable but not extravagant.
I'm just like sitting down, eating, drinking, and being merry, really.
Christmas is celebrating something to do with God, yeah? But then again, do you believe in God? It all goes around that sort of thing, like. Yeah. So I think Christmas is a time where people just goes out and just goes mad and buying people's gifts and stuff like that.
Christmas is Jesus' birthday, I think, but I think it's not the exact date. I think something else happened on that date, but I'm not exactly sure.
Christmas. I love... I go everywhere at Christmas time with my mistletoe attached to my glasses, and then I can kiss all the chaps that I've come in contact with. I managed to get the caretaker. Well, I didn't manage to catch him because I had my mistletoe on, and he was in the car park, and I went up to him and I showed him my mistletoe, and he ran, and he's a really fast runner, and I couldn't catch him.
It's just the excitement of actually, just still get a bit of a thrill out of it, after all these years. Brings me back to my childhood.
As I get older, I like hearing Christmas carols, and that's quite nice sometimes. But if it's cold at Christmas and there's snow on the ground, it's lovely that side of it.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way. So much fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. So, dashing through the snow on one-horse open sleigh.
I love dressing up, I love dressing up at Christmas, The flashing earrings and all the tacky stuff, I just like the atmosphere and seeing the kids' faces, and just always liked it.
So, jingle bells, and smells, Robin flew away.
I used to love it when I was a kid, but I've been a bit busy these past couple of years, so I've not really noticed it. It's just flown by and then it's been completely gone. And the telly's so absolutely appalling. Just don't really see it go by. I feel really awful for saying that because I'm not miserable.
Christmas Eve we get off early, so I'll run around all these mad places. Sometimes you get a bit jealous that everyone else is still snuggy and wrapped up in their beds and you're out there in the freezing cold, but it's got its compensations. Yeah, being appreciated, that's the nicest part of it, when you are appreciated.
I think it should go back to the way it was, like the old pagan days.
Yeah.
Christmas.
Celebrating nature, just sit down with a big plate of organic food. That'll do.
Midwinter's feast on winter solstice.
She makes a marvellous cook. She makes a big turkey or chicken. There's a variety of pork as well. Little sausages wrapped in bacon. Little prawn cocktails to start off with.
I don't really enjoy a proper Christmas meal. I did used to like a nice bit of turkey and stuffing and spuds and all the vegetables, but it's just salad and spuds for me now, I'm afraid.
Trifle, it's always good. I'm always starving, so that's really what Christmas, I suppose, means to us.
There's always an argument, isn't there? And sometimes even the turkey ends up on the wall.
I think even if you hate turkey, you've got to have it at Christmas. I think it's the law.
Delicious turkey.
Turkey butties, a bit of stuffing on it, you can't beat it.
A bit of cranberry sauce on mine.
No, you can't beat that.
I do feel that I'm being pulled in all directions. They're all going to get a piece of me.
So we had the normal sort of, lunch and then sort of all sat around playing a few games. And we had this great room, because we've actually moved since, but it was a converted barn. And it was just one massive old stone barn with a snooker table in it. It turned out to be a bit of a party, which, less of the sort of family stuff, but more of the sort of, let's have a great old time.
When I'm closing my eyes, I go 1 reindeer, 2 reindeer, 3 reindeer. I count them. And that's what makes me go to sleep.
It's best if you're a kid, because then you ask for something. Like the new underwater man with the special tanks on his back and the flippers. And instead of that, you get this big chemistry set, and you're 6 years old, and you've got 50 test tubes full of chemicals to play with. And you look at it and you go, oh, thanks.
As far as exchanging of presents goes, well, I've given up with that idea.
I think people get more stupid with their money at Christmas. The amount of stuff that people buy, I think people buy things just for the sake of buying them. They don't actually think, this is useful, you know what I mean?
You can get like a stocking, like a selection box, but a selection stocking for pets.
Well, that's different than selling your cat a card, isn't it? Because what can a cat do with a Christmas card?
Yeah, I can imagine a farmer sending a card to his herd.
For the cow at Christmas.
Not to be confused with the wife or anything.
I'm obviously not crazy enough with my presents, but one thing that I always give, and it's the best present because I was giving it myself, but that was the fondue set. The best present in the world. Great.
It's nice giving things. I came across an old saying. I love old sayings. They last because they're true. The grasping hand is never full. To be full, the hand has to give.
The only thing I ever got given to me because I didn't want to buy it was a pair of white fronts. I think that was the only thing I ever given to me that I didn't Christmas present. Thought I can certainly give it to someone for a Christmas present.
I think it's tough for us. Imagine what it's like for Santa, sort of. How many billions of people does he have to deliver to? And he does it in about 4 hours. So he's a pretty cool guy. You know, especially for the size of him. He's a big fat belly. I don't know how he does it.
Brilliant.
And I had one of the most startling, not scary experience of my life. I actually bumped into, you mentioned a reindeer before, it's a deer or reindeer or a big animal, and I scared it, scared me, I scared it. We scared each other. Completely dark apart from just a light from the stars.
People probably say to you, it must be tough having to work all Christmas. That is the sort of peak time. You can use all your different skills, your comedy.
Happy birthday, Santa! Happy birthday, Jesus! Happy Christmas, everybody!
There's always that thing, isn't there, of families. There are bonds that are very strong and loyalties and all those things that hold the family together, and then they're usually balanced by pain and misery and I mean, I really haven't got time to go into it because it'll take all day.
How do you get on with your brothers and sisters and your mum and your dad?
I don't get on with my sister very well.
No, I don't get on with my brother, and I don't get on with my brother at all.
But I get on with my mum and dad fine.
I sometimes get on with my mum and dad. They sometimes get really bumpy.
Introduce yourselves, first of all.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Keith.
We're brothers.
Brothers, man, by blood, not by just the name. As brothers go, he's cool. As his unique ways, let's say. You know? Right. As everybody does.
How your family makes you feel it's a roller coaster of emotion, isn't it, really? Right, some things are really joyous moments, and others are fraught with desperation. It's the roller coaster ride of life, isn't it, really?
That and my wife and my daughter and I live.
Monica's got 2 children as well, but hers live one
at home and one in Reading. I've got a son in Reading.
How did you feel when they sort of left the...
Well, he left the nest. He didn't come back, really.
Is that one of yours as well?
Yes.
I've got 3 children, 2 girls and a boy, and then I've got a boy and girl which are twins, and then
I've got twin girls, and they've got
3
grand.
4 each.
4 children each. So I've got 8 grandchildren from my daughters.
And at the minute I've got 3 grandsons, and I'm hoping for a granddaughter soon, I hope.
Well, he's got 5, and I've actually got, here I've got Jasmine, I've got Ken, Charlotte and Matt, and I have another 3 in Swindon. So I've got Jade, Jerome and Jessica in Swindon. Yeah. So I've got 7.
Yeah.
7 meals to get at.
Yeah.
Plus our own. Plus I travel backwards and forwards in between both, like.
This day in the morning, it is sunny.
Is it?
When I stand on my brother's toe, by accident, he tried to hit me in the head. On purpose. Like this. Oh!
I normally give me a little punch, and I give my daughter a little hug,
And that's it really. And the sort of arm of Geordie, the arm rough and ready, and they normally give us a bit of a punch back or a bit of a squeeze sort of thing, and it's just great to see them.
Well, my eldest daughter will be 68 this year.
Hubie's.
And she is beautiful.
Is she?
Still beautiful.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Well, every child is beautiful to their mother.
Oh, no. I've got 3. I wouldn't say they're all beautiful.
Oh.
You can't tell what your children will look like when they're inside there, can you? I mean, what's going to come out? Well, you know there's going to be a bit of you and a bit of her, and you hope what comes out is going to be the best bits of you and the best bits of her. And if they could only come out showing the best bits of both of you, then they'd be better than you, wouldn't they? That's what we want. We want all our children to be better than what we are now.
So how many chicks have you hatched then, do you think, over the years?
Hundreds and hundreds. Hundreds, haven't we? Mm.
And they must be so tiny.
It's amazing.
Well, no, that's huge. I was so surprised, yes. I mean, the eggs was about so. And it came out huge.
Wow.
You just collect them, don't you? And once you start, yes, more appears and more you get.
When the baby was born, I looked at the baby and it was all wrinkly and old looking. And I thought, ooh, what is that?
My son's diabetic, and one day he gets highs and lows, and one day he was really depressed with his diabetes, and he kept saying to me and my wife, how come I'm diabetic? My sister's not. So I tried to cheer him up. I says, well, you know what it is? I says, I'll swap you any time you want. I'll have your diabetes and you can have my Geordie accent. And you know what he said? He says, no. He said, I'd rather be diabetic than have a Geordie accent. I said, what? You're joking, aren't you? I said, well, it's great, isn't it? It's great.
He's very intelligent. He knows everything you're telling him. That's what I like mostly about him. You can tell him to go to his bowl and he'll go and he'll pick out a treat himself and he'll wander off and he'll eat it. And whatever you tell him, he'll understand sometimes better than a human. And he never ever does it on the pavement.
Oh, go for that. I say I do.
Twinkle little star.
Yeah, you know that song, do you?
Black sheep.
No, what's the other one? Twinkle little what? What's that big thing in the sky?
Yes, sir. 3 back 4. 1 for the
You
night.
can't shut her up when she gets going.
1 for the day.
They just show that they love you. It's like all of them, isn't it? They all got characters and they all show that, well, they rely on you to look after them, obviously. And I only got to say, come on bedtime, and they'll come, they'll follow me. They go for walks.
Really?
Walk around the fields, walk, they just follow me.
I've been very lucky to have children. Well, so many.
2 husbands you've had, haven't you? Or 3?
4 children.
How many husbands?
Oh, that's not the point. Nobody asked me how many husbands.
Yes,
you
but
will bring that up, which is
Add all
very
the children
wrong.
to one
No.
husband.
That's a subject that is private.
Ah. No. I've only had 2.
Oh, you've had 2? Well, I've only...
Children.
Oh, I thought you said husbands.
No,
then.
no.
I couldn't have a better dad. I couldn't look up to anybody. I couldn't see anybody telling me how to live my life any better than the way my dad did. And I hope I can be just as good to my own children. I try, but I don't think I can be. I don't think anybody could be as good as my dad. Oh, my dad's my hero, without a doubt, definitely.
That's it.
Yeah? Well, thanks a lot.
Right here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, only varies.
Mummy?
Yes?
It's gone.
Okay, man. Can I have an ice cream?
Mum?
Yes?
Want ice cream?
Do you?
Yes. I want the one with that strawberry stuff nibbled over from the ice cream man.
What, a 99 you mean?
Yeah.
With a flake?
Ooh, I could perhaps manage one of those. A rainbow one.
This biggest effect of medicine is I have no idea.
Yeah, you see, I've had a lot of things wrong with me. I mean, I'm always going to the doctors, and you get there and you find out, you know, there's queues to wait all the time, and most of the time, and then, well, I mean, doctors a lot of the time waiting in queues, and, well, I mean, most of the time you spend most of your time in the doctors waiting, don't you?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm one of these. I go to the doctor when it's generally necessary. I mean, I ain't one of these goes for every pill, potion and tablet that there is. You know, if I know what's the matter with me, I mean, I expect the doctor to do something about it. I won't be fobbed off by them.
Doctors have always scared me because when I was born I nearly died. I had 50% chance of living when I was born, and was in a little incubator, and all my eyes were covered and I was yellow, which was awful.
I rarely go to the doctor. The last time I did go, he thought I'd died because I hadn't been for such a long time.
Doctors and I are great friends. I owe a lot to doctors. They've kept me alive. I've seen a lot of them. They've come, they've prodded me from top to bottom, in and out, every end, every part of my body. And they cut me open, stitched me up, and did a pretty good job on me all over.
I'm the kind of person that's sort of a bit of a hypochondriac, and if I get a little sort of nagging pain or something, I automatically think it's something really serious. But then I never go to the doctor, really.
And you never shut up about it either.
I know, it's just kind of like typical bloke, I suppose, where...
It's not.
Should we rave about it now?
Well, it's these heart palpitations I get. You see, you never know when they're going to come, and they just... You got your heart jumping about all over the place.
Can't do with sputum, and I can't do very much with feet. I can't do anything with anybody's feet. I can't have all on doing anything with my own, and sputum really makes my stomach turn over. You know. I don't mind vomit.
I developed a funny lockjaw. You know, the dribble was coming out the side of my mouth. I couldn't speak, I couldn't chew. I just wanted to die. Took one look at me and said, "Oh, that's allergic reaction." He gave me my antidote, and immediately my mouth just went back to normal.
That's what I got now. I've got throat swelling now. I've got the tablets for that at the moment as well.
I've took a lot of tablets all my life, about 23,000, and I'm still alive. But at the end of the day, I think without them I'd have been dead.
I once had my head slammed in a door. That was good. I was saying goodbye to my friend, and somebody slammed the door on my head, and it was my birthday, and I had to have 5 stitches in my head, so I've got them as well.
I mean, I could have had a DVT, couldn't I, laid in bed all that time, but I mean, as I said, they gave me an anticoagulant. Anyway, I'm here to tell the story, so there's people worse off than I am, and I can walk about all right.
I remember having a severe cold which didn't shift, and I shared a flat with a couple of vet students who dosed me with Famil syrup, the main active ingredient of which I believe is creosote. So I spent several days smelling like a fence post, but it did the job.
Yeah, you see, I've had a lot of things wrong with me. There was big problems with my eyes at one stage. I went in about my eyes on a lot of times and had to go to see specialists. And you see that, but what they do is they clamp your head in a big clamp, and they want to bounce things on your eyeballs.
I had an eye operation quite a few years ago. I flew very quickly after I'd had the eye operation.
Well, you can't, I couldn't be doing with that, and so I'm pulling my head out of this clamp all the time.
And it was a real concern. I shouldn't have flown because it put too much pressure behind the eye.
That's another occasion when they told me I could just go on my own way, so I got thrown out of there as well.
I've fallen from this, yeah. I fell from this once. This blonde, beautiful little blonde lady. It's quite nice, she was. Yes. I used to travel to Birmingham to see her on my old motorbike.
I had a blood test the other day, but I do not like needles. I don't like needles at all. I look away when I'm having an injection.
I'm fine with injections into any part of my body, but I won't have them in my mouth. And the reason is that I've
always been completely the opposite. I love injections in my mouth.
Really?
I really quite like them. In fact, the more sort of intrusive the dentistry, the better I like it, really.
Well, I'm not keen on dentists now. I was the last in Britain to be gassed.
They didn't use enough gas, did they?
Yeah, I mean, I did come round. But that's when they first started phasing gas out, because they said gas is too dangerous.
The big black mask. Oh. You can see it coming towards your face, and the smell of the rubber, and having all my bottom teeth filled without anaesthetic. Dentists. Just brutal. Really brutal.
Dr. Bewers, he was very good, that boy. I mean, I think he was the first one that told me, you know, some of the many things that was wrong with me. You know, I had a problem with the inner ear and asthma, what I had for a long time.
Got a small scar on my forehead where a child threw a brick at me. Well, it seemed like a brick at the time, but... And I've got a scar here.
I have no scars whatsoever anywhere. Have I? In
No.
fact, you count that as a scar. It's only a little.
Well, it is a scar, yeah.
Well, I don't count it as a scar, so.
Do you not?
No.
I've got a scar on my elbow and a scar on my other elbow and a scar on my knee.
On my face, my legs, my stomach.
And a scar on my other knee, my tongue, my head.
My arms, wrists, hands, everywhere. There is no one part on my body that does not have a scar.
I don't think I've got any other scars. Not physical ones, mental ones, obviously. I've got a lot of them, but you can't see them because they're inside my brain.
I was injured badly once. Somebody kicked me in the forehead. Being very young, I got up and carried on and didn't think it had done me much damage. For all I know, some of that damage may still be there. May still affect some of the things I do and some of the things I say.
I've broken all my toes, I've got a dodgy knee, I've busted both my ankles and bent my feet back round so they're next to my shins, broken my hand and my wrist, my collarbones 3 times, bashed my head, knackered my back. And it's all been worth it.
It's great. I love smiling, I love being happy and jovial, telling jokes, being the butt end of jokes, but hey, now I can do it with a mouthful of teeth and I'm really looking forward to it.
I've had crabs, they were good.
They got out of hand, didn't they?
They did, yeah.
Ooh, hang on. Won't let anyone stick a thermometer.
Now it's a lot of talk, is what I find. Now, yeah. Sorry, what was the question again?
As I look down, I can see an empty beer keg standing beside a plastic bucket full of don't know what. And looking out further, a melange of undergrowth and rubbish and rocks and bricks and concrete and shoes, and then in the distance the marvellous vista of the motorway. It's like a dream come true.
What's the neighbourhood like round here, both of you?
Down in the ghetto, that's where the life is so cold.
We don't live in the ghetto. It's an inner city we live in.
It's an urban redevelopment scheme. The council really wants to know.
Urban.
You know what I mean?
Remember, state the word.
This is one of the best neighbourhoods you could live. The way it's handed to the centre of town, also to the local village at Stockton Heath. So I just love living here. I have done since the first day we moved in, especially because of the people who live around here. But that's, forget that bit.
I know it's not mine. It's beyond my wildest dreams because it's really upmarket. And I'm not kidding you, I would never have dreamt in a million years when I was in Newcastle, I would be living in a place like this.
It's
a lot better.
Much nicer.
Yeah.
Much nicer.
Lots Bigger.
Yeah. A lot
Bigger.
more
Much
room.
more spacious, yeah.
More garden.
Nice to have a garden, yeah.
And dare I say it, more than one loo.
Yeah.
My dream house would be like really modern day. There would be an elevator to go upstairs My feet get tired going up to bed, and I was just like, I have to keep on climbing it every hour.
That wall there, for about 3 foot up, was running with water when we moved in. And I was a long while trying to work out why.
No. No, what's a stupid question? Damn problem. No, I don't think so.
And what do you mean by that, kind sir?
What do you mean, substance? Substance? What's a substance?
Subsidence.
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 Yeah.
Subsidence.
You're lean.
Yeah, I'm lean. Yeah, I've got a leaning problem. Yeah.
No, you mean if... What do you mean, Dad?
Subsidence? We don't get any subsidence here.
Nothing here at all.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure why. I don't think we get it here.
I mean, some people lay stones on sand, but I don't agree with that. I lay stones on clay, which is what is underneath, and I use the Italian system of ramming it in sideways when it's moist, and then jumping on it. Jumping and jumping and jumping. You can actually cause yourself varicose veins if you do that.
It was built by boys who knew how to build houses in the 1950s, because that's built with brick. See? A lot of these houses you see now, they're just thrown up. This one was built putting one brick on top of the other. I think I'm here permanent now. Absolutely permanent.
I've been here for over 2 years now.
Yes, I've been here about 2 years.
I've been here 4
I think-
years.
I think I'm longer than you.
Yes. You would have, yes. I became...
I'm not sure how long I've been.
You were here when I came. I've been here 4 years. Roughly 4 years.
I can't remember.
Enjoyed
I
every minute
think
of
I've
it.
been longer than 2 years, I'm sure of that.
You have been, yes.
Well, it's just nice to know that there's, like, I come here and there's people like Muriel and a few hundred, well, a few.
Yes,
yes,
a few.
And they're all the same. We're all here for the same purpose.
Companionship,
That's it.
friendship, conversation. We talk about past lives sometimes, future. What we're going to do tonight.
Monday I wait for Thursday, Thursday I wait for Monday.
No, I didn't say that.
No, I know you
No,
didn't, but
mine
I
was
do.
I said to one of them, did you have a nice weekend?
But we did say that, I mean, we quite like it, don't we? We did say if we win the lottery, we'd put a swimming pool and we'd be quite happy here, wouldn't we?
Mm.
Like to somewhere sort of like warm in the winter and then come back here in the summer, because I do like it here.
Spain. Yeah. Spain.
Spain.
Algarve. Spain. Algarve.
I don't know, haven't really given it too much thought.
Big Miami would be nice.
I've noticed when you pass people down here and you're smiling, say good morning, you sort of wouldn't do that at Newcastle. With Newcastle, they would think you were soft. I mean, you just didn't do that. People just sort of walk past each other and bump into each other. But down here, it's just nice and friendly and I like it. I mean, it's great.
It's friendly, although we don't mix. No, ain't the right word. We don't walk in and out of each other's houses, but everybody's friendly, everybody speaks when you see them. No, I can't think of anything I really dislike about it.
Well, you don't know what's around the corner, but I can't be doing with moving again.
Well, the shop's around the corner.
What do you mean, the shop's around the corner?
Well, there's the hairdressers, the shoe shop, the clothes shop,
What's that
and there
got
was a
to-
post office. Well, you said you never know what's round the corner, and I do. I do know what's round the corner.
Yeah, I'm not going to move no more. It's too hard to work, for one thing. This is where we are. We'll finish up here. I like it anyway.
What would I say I like about this neighbourhood? The views. I mean, the views are just sunset to sunrise, sunrise to sunset. Wonderful views.
Here comes the rain. Oh dear.
think it'll go? Seems to be.
It'll just be a passing drop.
With the bedroom with a big leak in the roof.
No.
Which we don't know where it's coming from because nobody's bothered to look.
Because I like to call myself lucky. But having your house struck by lightning on the first day when you move in seems to me that that ain't such a lucky thing.
I was wondering what you think about communication.
Communication?
It's a difficult one, that, isn't it?
Sorry?
I say that's a difficult one.
I wasn't listening.
No.
No.
Describe communication.
What is communication? Go on. He had to start somewhere, so he does speak the language of it.
You've got the easy bit.
And do you have the question again?
I remember the question.
I mean, the only thing that you can say about me is I speak lots and lots and lots and lots and lots and lots, and sometimes you can see this in the face of the people that are around that I don't let them speak now.
You're Australian, not Australian, I know what a Russian or a French, I don't know what he was, I think. He come from a bloody broad, but he said a job of what he's bloody talking about half of the time, but he could speak a little bit of Asian, but not a bloody lot.
I just can't imagine that from an UGG we've got, such a, like French, for example. French is very sophisticated, isn't it?
Well, French isn't actually as sophisticated as UGG, if you ask me, but there you go, that's my view of the French.
There are people that say that the French, aren't very sophisticated, and there's other people that say they are, but an UGG, if the French language came from that, it's a bit surprising, really, isn't it?
It would be UG, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There's a thing of Newcastle where everybody's called man, even a woman. If you're talking to a woman, you're going, alright, man? I mean, if I'm talking to my mother, I'll say, who, man? But, I mean, that's my mother. My mother's not a man. But, so, doing here, I've said it a couple of times, and it just slipped out. I'll say, if it's a woman or somebody pushes in, they say, who, man, who you pushing? Say, I'm not a woman, I'm a man. I say, now you're a woman, man.
Urban is the new language. Look at bling. Who's saying bling now? Everybody! Bling!
It's not just about the language, though. There's body language, isn't there? Which is
there is body language, I suppose, which is universal.
And I can tell by looking at you right now that you're looking a little bit edgy, a little bit nervous, and even though I speak the same language as you, I didn't need to know that in order to tell that.
Would you agree that 80% of communication is non-verbal?
Just thinking about that one.
Well, you were looking at me then and communicating. You were frowning a little bit, so you were communicating, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
And I read your face to say that...
Yeah, I guess you could say, 80% is non-verbal.
Yes. Well, it's 100%, isn't it, if you're a North Sea diver mending oil rigs?
I'm not biting.
As far as communication goes when we're working sheep, it can either be vocal or whistle. So, to go left, and it goes round to the right, and that turns the sheep to the left. And that's how it works. It's communication between three different animals.
That's a cuckoo. That's a cuckoo that you can call a cuckoo in with that. That does that call twice, and then you have to wait, and the cuckoo that will reply back to you, and then you do it again twice, and That'll bring the cuckoo all the way as close as you want that. You can call them in, and of course you shoot them.
You know when a donkey's unhappy. If a donkey's bad-tempered, it will lay its ears right down like that. Bad-tempered. When they're happy, their ears are usually up or slightly forward like that. But if they're laid right down like that and they're swishing their tail like she is now, that's showing aggression. But their ears have got to be down right flat on their body to show aggression. But normally they're straight up again, like hers, look. They're straight up. Or just flopped out to the side, like that. They'll flop them out to the side. You think they're up. But then they'll flop them out. But they're all up, pricked up, looking happy, like that. But that's the only thing, you've got to watch a donkey when she lays her ears right down like that.
Don't whisper things. It defeats the object.
Do you have like communication issues between you?
No. We just don't talk.
It's all about knowing.
I tend to be quiet, don't I? I don't do much or say much if I'm...
Or you go, if you're angry, Wayne, you go, You always know, and I say to Paul, oh, Wayne's got a grumpy on.
On your nose, look, see? Oh, that was a good one, wasn't it?
I always thought they were being aggressive.
No, that's showing affection. Now somebody should put your hand in her mouth, look.
I make noises usually in the place of words.
What kind?
You make up loads of
just
baby talk?
Yeah, in the middle of things and things like that. But you understand, don't you, Bab?
And you say things like, I banged my knee.
Alright.
I wouldn't recommend everybody to do it, but no, you put your hand in your mouth. Yeah, show her your tongue. Let's see your tongue. Come on. Show me your tongue. I want to see your tongue. There he is. Look, I got him. Come on, I want to see your tongue. There you go. There's your tongue.
They don't mind you doing that?
No, I wouldn't recommend you. No, I wouldn't say you do it, but no, they just trust me. You say that's what it is.
When you need communication, I mean, it doesn't matter that you don't speak the language or you don't speak because you are blind or you don't hear. I mean, it's something you need to live. You need to communicate. You need to communicate with someone. Something you need. Always there's something you need or something someone needs and needs to communicate with you. So it's something really, it's really important. The communication is something.
You have to be positive. You have to talk. You must love one another. You must understand. You must communicate. You must read books.
Yeah, for real, man. And we out. Peace.
Yeah.
Shut up, Brian. Okay.
Yeah, well, I've been like that. I've been cut like some people cut me like that. And you know, why are you speaking so very fast? And just so you talking too loud today. I can't hear what you've been talking about. Then you've got the trouble. I should turn around and you must be bloody deaf then.
No, because it's the animals. They don't talk
These are
about
right. Because we haven't got much time left.
Come on,
I'm watching you. Half an hour's gone, you haven't done nothing.
I think it's good to work because you get dignity from it, and I've done all kinds. I've worked in a hotel. I worked in this hotel in Teignmouth, and I'd be there at night, and I'd work on the desk. I'd help in the kitchen, but I also clean toilets. And why not? I mean, I like different roles, and it just means I can channel the madness in different areas.
I really look forward to going to work because I really enjoy working with people that have got difficulties and struggles, and I feel like I can make a difference.
I think just on a personal level, yeah, I do prefer provide a valuable service to them, definitely. I mean, it's not necessarily painful, but sometimes it can be a bit uncomfortable, me sort of like pulling at their cheek sometimes to get right to the back of the teeth. So enjoy the end result. I think that's what they'd enjoy.
Teamwork. That's one thing about it I like. I wouldn't like to work on my own.
It's good for a hunter, isn't it?
Well, it used to be more than 200.
We've lost quite a few.
Because we're all getting older now, look.
Early on, when you're young, you kind of get too excited and you use up so much energy getting nervous. As you get older, now that I'm older, you just try and stay nice. You try and stay calm. Go away.
Now, when I was very young and first went with the folks, if there was 4 or 5 hooligans, sort of standing in the way, they would be told to move. And God help them if they didn't move. They'd get a bite on the bum, and probably a smack round the ear hole with a cape, from the policeman.
The thing about being in a lab is you're your own boss. You're free to sort of run several things at once, and it's a very sociable atmosphere in many labs.
Yes,
and ours was a great place to work. And in some labs you can have music playing, because a lot of what you're doing isn't using your brain at the time.
They use mice, don't they, for things?
What, eyeliner?
It's not nice, really, is it?
What, lipstick on a Yorkshire Terrier?
Oh, no.
I think we should all be in clinical trials. We have a moral obligation. Fortunately, I've never been asked, but I take so many drugs anyhow. I am a clinical trial.
You cannot have an effective working police dog which is non-aggressive. As they get older, all they want to do is be the leader of the pack. It's their instinct. And every now and again, he probably just challenges me for the leadership of the pack. So every now and again we have a little tete-a-tete.
I feel that if I've given my best performance and it's a good one, then obviously I get the reward, the pat on the back, knowing that you've tried to do your best for your coach. They've given you the training, the least you can do.
I do define goals and targets, but then when you get going, it's fun. It's just good fun, really. It doesn't feel like work. It just feels like you're just being really silly.
So sorry. My job is, I'm in the entertainment business, so, I'm a singer, actress, whatever. That means I do a lot of traveling. I have to fly to different countries sometimes.
I'm all right walking on the flat and downhill, but I can't go uphill. As soon as I start to go uphill, I get chest pain. It starts to tighten up. But what I do, where I live, there's a downhill slope down to what they call the co-op. I walk down there and come back on the bus.
It can be stressful, yes, as a runner, because you strive to...
When we work in a factory, we are looked after, aren't we? We have the dentist, the chiropodist, chest x-rays, get all our injections done and everything, without even going out of the factory, which is good.
The ideal weather for me is dry, about 65 to 68, I'm perfect. Anything over that or under that, I'm struggling, especially in cold mornings. I shouldn't really go out in cold mornings, I've been told. I shouldn't go out in cold mornings, I shouldn't go out in the wind, and also, I should, just do what I can do. And I'll say some days I can move mountains, the next day I can't do anything.
You start Monday, Tuesday, you do mornings. Wednesday, Thursday, you do afternoons. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you do nights. But I've done this, you don't know if you're coming or going. Every 2 days, you've got to change your sleep pattern. It's awful.
It is very repetitive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's very repetitive.
The foreman's always watching you.
But we couldn't
wander about. We can't wander about.
But if we make a mistake, then we will be severely reprimanded.
You hear about chefs being crazy. He was crazy. He would throw knives around. Thankfully, I didn't have a lot of dealings with him because I was, dealing on other sort of areas in the hotel, and I just kept out of his way. My friend got it in the neck.
I like that feeling of accomplishing something, but if I had the choice, I would rather not work and just have a really nice life. Yeah, I think sometimes you feel a bit like you're a slave to someone else, really.
But if you work every day and you're doing something you don't enjoy, then life must be so miserable, you know. And if you're doing something you don't enjoy, I don't know why you don't just give it up and do something you do enjoy, because, you know, you may as well enjoy life because you don't live for very long. So you may as well enjoy what you're doing when you are working. And I really enjoy what I do. And if I ever did something that I didn't enjoy, then I'd give it up immediately and do something that I really did enjoy, because I like to enjoy life, you know.
I'm looking for a job of a sort of clerical nature, administrative perhaps, preferably to do with customer relations.
When I retire from racing, I don't even like to think about it. I feel that each day I can run, touch wood, with injury-free conditions, then I'll run till I drop. Tactics are very important in a race.
I'm terrified of retirement. Terrified. I really like my work, and I don't want to retire now.
You can't be morbid, else you wouldn't be able to do the work. You've got to have a laugh, and a joke, you have a joke, you know. It's just you or them, isn't it? It is animal instinct there.
I think Feng Shui should be introduced to all office environments.
I'd like to have a go at trying to clean an elephant's tusks.
Can I just tell you something? That's not a human guard on the back of a mouse. That is one of the most grotesque misrepresentations that I know. It's a piece of cartilage shaped like a human ear, put into an epithelial covering. It's not a human ear.
What?
Do any of you do any impressions?
I used to do Dame Edna Etheridge.
No.
I did, but I haven't done it for about 10 years now. Oh, I don't even know if I could do it now. It would probably sound awful. Can you do one?
Only a few.
Only a few. Oh, only a few.
I can do Kenneth Williams.
Go on then.
No, oh no, stop me.
Impressions are sometimes funny because there's like a caricature, exaggerated movement of ourselves. But it depends who does it, you know, maybe 90% of times it's not good. Like when I do impression of someone, it's really bad. Like doing, you know, David Beckham. It's going on like that, you know, it's a kind of geezer from downtown, you know, South London, innit?
No, I'm afraid I can't do an impression of Naomi Campbell.
That one? Just like that, just like that. Just like that.
No, I can't do an impression of Kate Moss either, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Do another just like that, shall we? Just like that. Or just like that, just like that.
What I hate is when people do that bloody Taxi Driver, Robert De Niro. Talking to me, shut up! You know, it's so overdone, it's unbelievable.
This is Robert De Niro as a New York cop. Give me one donut, 2 coffees. Okay, make that heavy on the mayo. I could do a Scouser.
I think Julia Roberts would be quite an American voice. Holy, how are you today? How are things going? That would be my impression of Julia Roberts.
I always laugh at the bloody goat. Oh, that sort of thing, yeah. Oh, aye.
Kippers, they're good, and I think they sound like this.
Well, then there's a bloody chicken.
Chicken is one of my best. I don't know why I'm so good at doing it, and I ain't bragging now, but I just am good at doing that chicken noise.
and it goes like this. I don't really do animal sounds like that. I got the wife to do all that, see? Hey?
Come on, have a go. Do a
Oh, I know.
goldfish.
A what? Do one of they, I suppose.
As long as you don't think you're kissing me like that, there's another
Yeah.
thing going.
It's just the faces you're making when you
Yeah,
do
but
it.
it's very hard not to make a face when you do the chicken impression.
I do a pig.
Can I pass me a tissue? My nose is curling. Quick.
Flamingo.
A cockatoo.
A cockatoo.
A
cockatoo
or
have a cockatoo.
Not
a cockatoo or a cockatiel. What's the difference?
A cockatoo.
It's a one's a
Animal
man, one's a woman.
Magic. What was the guy called?
Johnny Morris.
Johnny Morris.
Yeah,
Oh, I used to remember that.
Oh, he was Johnny good. Morris.
Well, that was
used
a
to do all
cock-
the impressions.
Was that a cockatoo?
Oh, cockatiel. I don't know what
Cockatoo
the
or
difference is then.
cockatiel?
Cockatiel.
Cockatoo. Wasn't it? It was cockatoo, man. It was a cockatoo. We're going for cockatoo on that one.
Cockatoo.
Yeah,
Or a cockatiel.
I'll go along that line.
Starling.
Oh, well,
Hey.
you never
Oh,
know.
I nearly
said a
Distant
starling.
relation. Did you?
No one
Did
likes
you?
starlings.
It's a cousin twice
I don't
removed.
like
Starlings.
Nobody likes them.
Do cuckoo. 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 I do one of them. Cuckoo. Cuckoo. Can you do a cuckoo? Cuckoo. Cuckoo. I never really tried animal sounds, have you? Cuckoo. Cuckoo.
Why do people do impressions?
Impressions.
Well, perhaps some people got a gift for doing
Gift
it,
for
and
doing
they
it. They see.
They find it
Clever
strange
thing,
to
strange, yes.
do an impression of somebody so
Yeah. And I think
that they can copy
the
so
public
well.
think it funny. It's funny, isn't
Yeah.
it? That's why.
I think I used to be able to
Yeah, because, I mean,
like impersonate people, and I'm just trying to think who the hell it was because I can't remember.
try doing one now. As long as it ain't too long. That's not bad, actually. That's not bad. But owls don't do that.
Yeah, you go, doesn't he? And then you think, well, what's
We've got
it?
it.
Somebody's trying to send me a signal or something.
It's not a
But
very
we
because
haven't heard
everything
it
is
for a while.
quiet, and
No.
I hear that.
Oh,
and
I like the sound of that.
The one you were listening to in Comdare was cuckoosh to,
No, that's
cuckoosh
not
to the
com-
pigeon.
Yeah, over here.
Oh, Frank Spencer.
Benny, I'm having trouble. The cat's just done and whoops is in my beret.
You can all do Frank Spencer.
I can do Victor Meldrew as well.
Go on then.
But I haven't done him for a long while.
Go on.
I don't believe it! What the bloody hell do you think this is? God's sake, I don't bloody believe it!
Homosexual Victor Meldrew. Well, he is, isn't he? Is he?
Yeah!
No.
Yes!
I don't believe
The neighbour's going to say them poor things have gone. They've gone round the
It's a
bend.
good thing
There'll be an ambulance arriving. It's taking us away.
His impressions are sometimes quite cruel. Don't like it. It's being stupid now. That won't be used on the thing, will it?